We collected a good amount of data, more than 100 observations. We know its trajectory fairly well.
The trajectory of 3I Atlas has shifted. Not by a little, but enough to send shivers down the spines of the world's top space observers. This isn't just an ordinary space rock. Its movements suggest a profound, unsettling intelligence at work. Discovered as a potentially interstellar object, it baffled scientists with its sudden, inexplicable fragmentation and its strange brightening.
The biggest question is whether the reflection of sunlight is coming from a solid surface, in which case, as you pointed out, or maybe a dense cloud of dust.
But now, the focus has sharpened to a single terrifying point. Its path is undeniably, meticulously aligned with Earth. The thing nobody tells you is, this isn't randomness, this is precision. We're about to uncover the shocking truth behind the cosmic entity controlling 3I Atlas. A cosmic deception. When 3I Atlas was first spotted in late 2019, astronomers around the globe buzzed with excitement. Here was what many initially believed to be the third interstellar object ever detected, following the famous Oumuamua and Borisov. The 3I, in its provisional name, C 2019 Y4 Atlas, hinted at this groundbreaking possibility. Interstellar objects are truly special. They are cosmic nomads, hurled from distant star systems, carrying secrets from places we can only dream of. The very idea that this comet might be a messenger from another star system, traveling for perhaps millions of years across unimaginable distances, was enough to make any scientist giddy. But very quickly, 3I Atlas started acting strangely. To put it mildly, this was no ordinary space rock. It began to brighten at an astonishing rate, much faster than any comet should. Imagine a tiny speck of dust in the vastness of space suddenly flaring up, becoming hundreds of thousands of times brighter than predicted. This rapid increase in brightness suggested something unusual, perhaps a massive outburst of gas and dust as it approached the sun. Scientists scrambled their telescopes, eager to capture every bit of data from this peculiar visitor. At its brightest, it was even visible with binoculars in the night sky, a spectacular sight for millions of people crazy about stargazing. Then came the first truly disturbing twist. In April 2020, as it drew closer to the sun, 3I Atlas didn't just brighten, it began to come apart. Not a slow, gentle shedding of material, but a dramatic, unmistakable fragmentation. Observations from the Hubble Space Telescope revealed that its nucleus, originally estimated to be about 3 miles wide, had broken into dozens of separate pieces, some as large as a small town. This was unprecedented for an object of its supposed origin. Comets do break apart, especially when they get too close to the sun. But this scale, this speed, this deliberateness of the breakup felt different. It was almost as if something was being intentionally disassembled, or perhaps released. What many overlooked is, the debris didn't just scatter randomly. It formed a peculiar, elongated trail, as if pieces were being flung outward in a controlled pattern. This wasn't the chaotic explosion one might expect from a fragile ice ball falling apart. It was more like a controlled release, or even a strategic deployment. The comet, which was once a single icy body, transformed into a dazzling, yet deeply unsettling string of pearls. Each fragment, though seemingly insignificant on its own, continued on a path that, when viewed from a distance, maintained the larger object's original, baffling trajectory. The scientific community, while publicly attributing the breakup to thermal stress from the sun, privately grappled with the anomalies. The sheer energy required for such a rapid, extensive fragmentation, combined with its continued organized path, raised eyebrows. It didn't quite fit the standard models of cometary disintegration. Could it be that what we were observing wasn't a natural comet after all? Was the Oort cloud origin, the prevailing scientific consensus, merely a convenient explanation for a phenomenon that defied our understanding? The most shocking fact is, some of the fragments even appeared to briefly accelerate or change direction in subtle ways before resuming their collective course, movements too precise for mere debris. This is where the whispers began, whispers of an unnatural origin, whispers of a guiding hand. The way it fragmented, the way the fragments persisted on a collective path, felt less like a comet's end and more like a carefully executed maneuver. It was as if the comet was just a shell, a disguise for something far more complex, something that was deliberately shedding its outer layers. And the direction of this cosmic phenomenon? It was undeniable. 3I Atlas, or whatever lay within it, was not just passing by. Its broken pieces, its strange flares, its very existence, seemed to be pointing directly at our home planet. The implications were staggering, sending chills down the spines of those who dared to consider them. The hand of the unknown. The odd behavior of 3I Atlas opened a Pandora's box of cosmic questions, shaking the bedrock of astronomical understanding. But this wasn't the first time humanity has looked to the stars and felt a prickle of unease, a sense of something else. Many people are crazy about stories of alien contact, but the thing nobody tells you is sometimes the universe offers hints that are far more subtle and far more unsettling than simple radio signals. This brings us to the core of the enigma. What if 3I Atlas isn't just a comet, but a vessel, and its fragmentation wasn't destruction, but a strategic reveal? Consider this. The initial thought that 3I Atlas might be interstellar, a true wanderer from another star system, immediately set it apart. While later analysis suggested an Oort cloud origin, a vast icy shell at the very edge of our solar system, perhaps 100,000 times farther from the Sun than Earth, the manner of its entry and subsequent behavior continued to defy easy categorization. Oort cloud comets typically follow predictable elliptical paths, entering our inner solar system and then returning to the deep freeze over thousands or even millions of years. 3I Atlas, however, seemed to rewrite the rulebook. Its rapid brightening, for example, wasn't just a little bit off. It was astronomically extreme. Typically, comets brighten as the sun's heat causes their icy material to vaporize, creating a glowing coma and tail. The rate at which 3I Atlas brightened implied an enormous amount of highly volatile material, or, alternatively, an internal energy source. Imagine a conventional light bulb suddenly becoming as bright as a stadium floodlight. That's the kind of jump we're talking about. This wasn't just sunlight doing its work. Something was actively amplifying the effect, or exposing a previously hidden, brighter core. Then there was the fragmentation itself. While comets can and do break up, the way 3I Atlas shattered into roughly 30 distinct pieces, each maintaining a semblance of the original object's overall trajectory, was perplexing. It wasn't a random explosion where fragments would fly off in all directions, losing cohesion. Instead, it was as if a larger structure, designed to withstand immense cosmic forces, was carefully disassembling itself. Think of a complex machine shedding its external panels to reveal its inner workings, rather than a glass shattering into random shards. This precision suggests a level of control that inanimate objects simply do not possess. The most shocking fact is, some researchers privately compared the phenomenon to the controlled separation of stages in a multi-stage rocket, where components detach at precise moments to allow the core to continue its mission. Of course, this is purely speculative, but the visual evidence, which you can see in detailed telescopic images, lent itself to such wild, yet compelling, comparisons. The fragments moved in unison, maintaining their formation for an extended period, almost like a fleet of smaller craft deployed from a larger mothership. This coherence in chaos was a wow factor that truly rattled the scientific establishment. This brings us to the core question. What kind of something alive could be responsible for such a feat? It wouldn't be anything we understand as life on Earth. We're talking about an intelligence capable of manipulating celestial bodies, enduring the vacuum of space, and potentially operating on timescales far beyond human comprehension. Perhaps it's a form of intelligent, self-repairing nanotechnology, a swarm of microscopic machines that can reconfigure themselves and their host object. Or maybe, to put it mildly, it's a vast, singular consciousness, an entity that has merged with the very fabric of the comet itself, using its icy body as both a shield and a vehicle. The idea of a cosmic intelligence piloting a comet isn't just science fiction anymore. For some, the evidence from 3I Atlas makes it a terrifying possibility. The deliberate course changes observed in some fragments, however slight, hint at an ability to steer, to navigate, to choose a destination. And if that's true, then the most unsettling part of this entire cosmic drama is not just that something is controlling 3I Atlas, but where it appears to be heading. The question then becomes, what happens when this controlled object reaches its chilling destination? Countdown to contact. The notion that 3I Atlas isn't just a space rock, but a guided vessel, changes everything. If something alive is indeed controlling it, then its trajectory becomes not a random path, but a deliberate aim. And the thing nobody tells you is, the patterns of its movement, even after fragmentation, point directly towards Earth. This isn't about mere chance. This is about a cosmic projectile on an undeniable intercept course, forcing us to consider the terrifying possibility of an intentional impact. Initially, when 3I Atlas was first observed, its path was simply tracked as another long-period comet. Its orbit was deemed safe, meaning it wouldn't directly hit Earth. However, the subsequent anomalies, the rapid brightening, the controlled fragmentation, and the subtle course corrections, have led some to re-examine the data with a more critical and far more fearful eye. What if the initial trajectory was merely a cover, a natural-looking approach designed to mask its true intentions? The most shocking fact is, when you factor in the energy released during its breakup and the apparent slight accelerations of its main fragments, the overall vector of the remaining large pieces points towards a specific, although still distant, rendezvous point with Earth's orbital path. This isn't to say it's on a direct collision course right now, but rather, it's on a course that would bring it dangerously close, close enough to be an extinction-level event. Imagine a bullet fired from miles away, not directly at you, but aimed at the spot where you will be in a few seconds. That's the kind of precision we are discussing. We often think of threats from space as random impacts, like the one that ended the age of the dinosaurs. But not all things are what they seem, and a controlled object, especially one of this magnitude, presents a different kind of challenge entirely. The original nucleus was estimated to be several miles wide. If even one of its larger fragments, say a half-mile wide chunk of rock and ice, were to impact Earth, the consequences would be catastrophic. We're talking about a blast equivalent to tens of thousands of megatons of TNT, enough to create a crater hundreds of miles across and trigger a global climate shift that would make human survival incredibly difficult. Many people are crazy about the idea of humanity being the only intelligent life, or that any alien contact would be benevolent. But what if this isn't a friendly visit? What if 3I Atlas is a probe, a weapon, or even a seeding device for something utterly alien? The idea that its fragmentation was not a weakness, but a dispersal method, sending multiple smaller yet still incredibly dangerous projectiles towards our planet, adds another layer of grim possibility. You can see this everywhere in nature. Smaller units can sometimes achieve what a single large one cannot. The question of why an advanced intelligence would aim such an object at Earth is a chilling one. Is it a declaration of cosmic dominance? A terraforming effort? A desperate act of self-preservation from a dying civilization? Seeking new homes, even if it means wiping out existing life? Or could it be a warning? A message delivered with the force of a cosmic hammer? These are the kinds of questions that haunt the minds of those who dare to look past the official explanations and consider the truly alien possibilities. The technology required to subtly steer such a large object across the vastness of space, to engineer its controlled breakup, and to maintain its overall trajectory towards a distant moving target like Earth, is frankly beyond our current capabilities. This alone is a wow factor that points to an intelligence vastly superior to our own. This isn't just pushing a button. This is cosmic engineering on a scale that defies imagination. It's a reminder of how little we truly understand about the universe and the potential forces lurking within it. As 3I Atlas continues its silent, relentless approach, the cosmic crosshairs tighten around our blue planet. The revelations surrounding 3I Atlas force us to confront uncomfortable truths about our place in the universe. If an intelligence is truly guiding this cosmic object with Earth in its sights, then the question shifts from what it is to what we do about it. This is not some distant theoretical exercise. This is a potential future that demands immediate and profound consideration. Let's talk down to earth for a moment. You might be wondering if all of this happened overnight, if these details were just suddenly discovered. The thing is, scientific understanding is a process, a slow unfolding of data and interpretation. The initial observations of 3I Atlas were analyzed through the lens of known physics and conventional cometary behavior. It's only when the anomalies piled up, the incredibly fast brightening, the strangely controlled fragmentation into dozens of pieces, the subtle but persistent deviation from purely gravitational paths, that the deeper, more unsettling questions began to emerge. The mystery of 3I Atlas continues to haunt our cosmic awareness. What do you think truly controls this enigmatic object? Will we ever truly understand its purpose? Like this video, subscribe for more cosmic mysteries, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below.